am Matthew Castelluccio. One of the things I enjoy most in life is I have twin boys that are 7 years old. But I also enjoy my time with my wife, and my sports are a big part of my life because it gave me so much. It was the one piece that helped me to accept what has happened. Wheelchair rugby and hand cycling. I do a wide variety of other sports, but those are the two that are near and dear to me. I had finished college and got my first real job. I was an accountant. If I wasn't working, I was active with my friends. We did a lot of outdoor activities, water skiing, wave running, snowmobiling, dirt bike riding, street bike riding, racing cars. My accident occurred on May 17, 2003. New to riding motorcycles, heading back from the eye doctor. I'd run out to pick up my contact lenses. I was cut off by a vehicle, which forced me to lay my motorcycle down, and I ended up flying over the handlebars and hitting his car with my head first at 70 miles an hour. I didn't fully understand what spinal cord injury meant. I tried to maintain a positive outlook, even if it was a phony presence of positivity in front of people. I always kept a smile on. But my darkest moments were when the lights went out at nighttime and my thoughts were present. I was tired of people saying, "Oh, you're such an inspiration, you're such this," I just wanted to figure out what was going on and what I'd do with this. There were times I actually asked people to leave my room because I could see them looking at me with this blank look like, I don't know what to do. I was starting to feel the way they were thinking. And I was like, no, I need to kind of focus on getting through this minute and not worry about what 5 years from now is going to look like for me in my chair. And I had a lot of family support and friend support, which helped me get through it. I grew up with adversity. My parents divorced when I was younger, kind of fending for myself a lot of times because my mother had to work. My mom dated a few guys that one of the guys became obsessed with her and tried to kill us. There was craziness that went on. My grandfather dropped dead in front of me from a heart attack. When I was faced with this, it was just another challenge that I was going to go at, and I wasn't going to let this beat me, just like I didn't let any of the other stuff break me down. I had use of my left hand, right? So I wanted independence, and everybody was treating me like I was a child. And I wanted to get a soda from the vending machine. So my dad gave me $2. He wanted to come with me, and I said, no, let me do it myself. And I went over to the vending machine. I couldn't really lift my left hand. So I kind of slapped it on the machine and slid the dollar bill all the way up to the slot machine. And I got the dollar bill in. That was the greatest accomplishment. The machine spit the dollar bill out, and it fell to the floor. And in that very joyous moment, I lost. I started crying. I'm like, how the hell? I can't even put a dollar bill in a machine. How am I going to live life this way? And a man took me aside, an amputee, and he said, listen, Matt, I want to show you something. And he started flipping through this book. And in this book were all pictures of kids. And he explained to me that he was a photojournalist. His last shoot before he lost both his legs from diabetes was at a children's hospital. And he said when he opened the room, he had never photographed children or sick people before. There was a room full of kids playing, and he said all he saw was devastation and sadness. Then a little girl tugged on his pants and asked if he would take her picture and play checkers with her. So he sat down on the floor, and he took her picture, and she smiled, and then he played checkers with her. And one by one, each kid wanted his picture taken, doing this, play this game. He said by the time he left that room, he saw hope more than devastation. He saw kids being kids and not being their diagnosis. And that's what he imparted on me. He said, Matt, you got to find that internal smile in you. Rejoice in the moment that you got that dollar up there. And tomorrow, next time you'll insert it the right way and get it to go in. But there's stages of dealing with things. He goes, and look at these kids. He goes, Matt, you're 26 years old. He goes, these kids are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old. They enjoy the moments, and they enjoy life, and they deal with what they got to deal with. but they don't let it become them. Through my disability, I got the opportunity to travel the country with an associate of mine. We spoke at Indiana University. We spoke at insurance companies. Playing rugby and going to nationals was huge for me, too. I currently work at Helen Hayes Hospital with the spinal cord unit with traumatic brain injury. I want to go back to college, finish off my master's. I want to get into like triathlons and start doing some racing in that realm. I always am working on transfers. I'm independent with popovers to other surfaces, but getting up into certain vehicles, getting off the floor and back in my chair without help. I mean, these are all skill sets that will help me be more independent with my children. A week after my accident happened, I remember laying in bed. I had just gotten out of a relationship, and I remember the conversation as if it was yesterday. I committed to the fact that I would never be in a relationship or get married. I had to deal with myself and my disability, and that was going to be hard enough. So the fact that I got married and had children was huge. My kids are into karate and baseball, a lot of the activities. And what's nice is that my kids have only known me in a wheelchair, and they embrace it and they're okay with it. Sometimes I can't get onto the baseball field and throw the ball with my son. But what's nice is my kids don't care. It's more my own hang up. People always ask me, will I allow my children to have motorcycles or do racing? You know, I would try to advise them about dangers of stuff, and things happen in life. I can keep my kids in a bubble for their entire lives and still end up having problems, and I don't want them to not enjoy the things they enjoy. So my son's into racing, so I want to get him into go-kart racing and stuff like that. I got to be honest with you, I don't harp on walking again. I mean, would I love to stand and walk? Of course, but my chair it's a badge of honor for me, because what you and I have survived is far greater than the average person will ever be challenged with, and we did survive. So we know ourselves better than anyone could. You know, society sets us up to what our lives should be, what a full life is. And when things like what happened to us happen, all of a sudden we don't think we can fulfill that expectation of what is. And what we realize is we create our own existence. And although we do things differently, that life can be still as full as what we want it to be.